Guys, I am so happy. Look what I made. Hot Pockets. Okay, anyways, sorry I haven't made a video in a couple of, since last Tuesday because I was very sick on Friday. I'm getting better, but I know you can tell by my voice. Sorry, I feel like I'm dying. I sound really bad. On Friday it was so much worse, so that's why I didn't make a video. I had acid reflux. I hate it. My throat was burning. I could barely talk. So I don't know if you can see my room or anything, but just ignore the mess because I've been really sloppy lately because I haven't been feeling good. And you know when you're sick and you feel dirty, your whole room gets dirty, because that's me. Anyways, today's video I'm going to be talking about horror movies because they're like the best thing ever created. You know, it's a sign that God is real. I love horror movies. Like, I don't know if you can see my shirt. It's Pikachu and Jason together, and it says Friday the 13th, and it says choo 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 choo. Get it, because Jason and Pikachu. Okay, anyways, I think I love horror movies so much. I'm collecting these pop figures. Like, I only have 3 so far, right? Because I only started last month. But I'm proud of myself because I thought I was going to do a lot, like, more damage to my wallet than just buying 3. Because I'm, like, these are so cute. Like, look, I have Leatherface. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. There, Leatherface. Then I have Chucky. I love Child's Play so much. It was okay. See, Chucky was my first horror movie. By the way, like, just to let you guys know, it was more funny than scary, and I loved it. And now this is one of my favorite movies. It's Reagan from The Exorcist. I know it's kind of nasty because the demon vomit. By the way, they just let you guys know if you didn't know, for the vomit they use pea soup. Like, yeah, I love horror movies that much. I even like search up behind the scenes, and like the director of the movie actually hit the people because he wanted their like feelings and emotions to be so real. So he actually hit the people. Wow, my camera just died on me. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite horror movies because I love horror movies so much. Number 1, my number one favorite horror movie is Child's Play. Like I said before, my first horror movie was See the Chucky, and I found it funny. I don't think I ever found the movie scary, unlike other people. I never understood why people were scared of Chucky because I always found him like not cute, because I don't find killers cute, but I just didn't find him intimidating or anything, because, you know, he's like a 2 foot tall doll. Like, I never found that scary. But I did have scary dreams about him, because when I was younger, I had a dream once, and I had a dream that my parents bought Chucky, like a life-size doll Chucky for Christmas for me. And I screamed. But anyways, you know, like how in the beginning of See the Chucky, like Glenn, he has like a dream that he's a president, but then the girl calls him ugly, and then he gets sad, but then he goes and like kills the mom and then the dad, but then the little girl just like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So it was kind of like that, but instead he ended up killing me, and I woke up getting stabbed in the stomach. Well, not. I mean, I got stabbed in the stomach in my dream, and then I woke up. I didn't get stabbed in real life. Don't think. Okay, so I was screaming, and I had to sleep with my parents because that did scare me. But other than that, I didn't actually find the movie scary. Like, I loved all the movies. I've seen them, and I have it on DVD. Like, except for Child's Play 1, which I'm not sure why they decided to cut that off from the set with all the movies. But anyways, I think my favorite would be Bride of Chucky, because I don't know, I just found the movie funny, and it was really good. Okay, my second favorite horror movie is Paranormal Activity. Now, I know a whole bunch of people hate that movie, but I actually like it because I think the story is funny. And then I loved the marked ones because it was kind of funny because they were Hispanic, and I just found, like, you know how all the movies are just like with white people, and I don't know, I kind of found it funny that decide to randomly change it up and put a Hispanic family in the movie. But sorry, but I've seen every movie except for the newest one, that Ghost Dimension or whatever, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm not old enough to go to the movies by myself and see it yet. I think you have to be 17, I'm not sure, so it's only a couple months away till I can see it by myself. But nobody else wanted to take me because nobody else wants to see the movies because they say it's all trash. But I think it's really interesting and fun. Like, I can just sit there and watch all the movies. I like the acting. I like the story behind it. I never understood why people. They said that it's because there's too much movies in the series, but I actually don't mind that because to me, if you're gonna say you like Friday the 13th, right? And Friday the 13th has a lot of installments. Like, I think there's about 13 or maybe more. I don't understand how you're gonna say that you like Friday the 13th but you don't like Paranormal Activity because it has too much movies. Because Friday the 13th has a lot more movies than Paranormal Activity. And I never understood why people said that because it didn't make any sense to me. It's like, okay, yeah, there are a lot of movies, but that doesn't matter. Like, the story, you're just focused on, like, oh, well, you know, there's too much movies, I don't like that. Like, I don't understand how you're gonna like Friday the 13th and not like Paranormal Activity. It doesn't make any sense because, oh my god, by the way, guys, I know I say it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm really repetitive sometimes in my videos because I get kind of nervous, but whatever. So, yeah, I love Paranormal Activity. I didn't always want to be in the movie, but, like, I always imagine myself in a movie, in a Paranormal Activity movie. Sorry guys, that reminds me, I want to share a ghost story with you guys, because since we're talking about Paranormal Activity, that's a supernatural movie, so I might as well talk about it now. So once I was in my basement, and I was home alone, so keep that in mind. And I'm pretty sure I was home alone, or my mom was upstairs, and I know for a fact she did not come down the stairs because I was sitting in my family room, right? Now there's stairs leading into the family room, but then there's a room going into that side. So I would know if somebody was downstairs already, or if she was coming down. So anyways, I was playing Wind Waker, I think. Or I was playing Wind Waker on my Wii U. No, that's another story. Okay, no. I was playing Harry Potter on my Wii. So this was before the Wii U came out. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just enjoying myself. But then I see a shadow, like, walking on the walls. And I freaked out because it looked like a demon. Like, I'm not kidding you. It had horns. And I was so scared. I did not know what to do. I just sat there because I was scared that if I ran up the stairs, that demon's going to, one, drag me down the stairs like in a haunted house, or two, it's going to drive me to the depths of hell, and I'm not trying to do that, because, you know, I'm on Team Jesus. So anyways, that was really scary, because I was, like, I was around 10, I can't remember, it could have been 9, because I think the Wii U came out 2007, 2006, so I was around 7, 8 years old, so it had to be at least that, but yeah, that was very scary for me because I did not know what to do. My third favorite movie is The Exorcist. Okay, so I love this movie. I used to be terrified of it because I don't know if you guys are old enough to know, and I know some of you are definitely old enough to know. We've all been tricked by the Scary Maze game, and I almost peed my pants when I first played that game. I was so scared. Like, I fell to the floor. I did not want anything to do with The Exorcist. I never wanted to see it after I played that game because I was like, I don't even know what happened. So, like, I was terrified. I could not sleep that night. My cousin came from Florida and she decided to show me the game, and my sister was there and she knew what was happening. And yeah, they kind of tricked me. That was like the scariest thing in my life. So last year I decided to watch the movie because I was like, you know what? Okay, here's another. I used to be terrified of The Ring, just hearing about the movie The Ring. But then I watched it and I got over it. So I was like, you know what? I watched The Ring, I survived. Let me watch The Exorcist. Now, that is considered one of the scariest movies of all time because people have gotten heart attacks watching the movie back then. Like, it's even banned in some countries because it's that scary. I, however, did not find it scary at all. I actually really loved the movie. I watched it like 3 times in a row when I first started watching it. Then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me go watch behind the scenes. And like I said before, like, I found out things like, oh, they use pea soup for the throw, which is kind of irrelevant. I'm pretty sure you guys don't care because that seems nasty to you guys. And what I find is really cool is the director, and I mean cool, but like kind of messed up. He actually hit the people because he wanted the emotions and like, you know, the movie to feel so real. Like, he went to the lengths of hitting people. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the scene when the mother went into the room and then like the furniture started moving, like the wardrobe moved to the door and then like she flew back or whatever. Like, they actually pushed her against the wall. Like, she was actually hit. And I find that really interesting because I like learning about like behind the scenes because you want to know, I want to be a film producer when I get older. I want to make my own movies. And that's why also one reason I thought YouTube was great because that's like a practice, but I also want that, you know, I really want to make movies because I love horror movies. I could talk about them all day with anybody. I love more than just horror movies. I love comedies. I love chick flicks. I love them. I love Mean Girls and movies like that. I'm not going to deny it because I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's gay or something, because I don't care. Like, I love chick flicks. They're one of the best movies. Besides horror movies, I love chick flicks. So as I was talking about in the previous movie, number 4, I loved The Ring. Now, some people did not consider it a horror movie. I don't know why. But I was scared, more scared than The Exorcist. No, I think it was about equal, okay? The Ring. So once I was sitting down talking to my sister, and it was such a nice, sunny, bright day in the summer, and I was having a happy day. So then I was reading a Game Informer magazine, and they were talking about haunted houses, and one of the most scariest haunted houses is in Japan. So I talked about that to my sister, and then we just started talking about movies, and she told me about this movie that she saw in 2003 that she was super scared, like, after she came home from the movies, because her and my sister went to go see it together, and my sister said she came home and she couldn't go downstairs in the dark by herself because it was that scary. So she told me that the movie is about a girl. If you watch it, there's a cursed videotape. Whoever watched the videotape would die 7 days later by a little girl who came out of the TV and she had her hair over her face. Sorry, I was looking back at my TV because that kind of creeped me out. So, oh yeah, and I have a story to tell you after this. But anyways, the girl comes out of the TV, she has her hair over her face, and she kills you. Now, you know, when you're like 10 years old, that sounds very scary. I could not sleep for the next week or so. Like, I was terrified. I couldn't fall asleep without staring at my TV. Like, I was legit terrified. I thought that just knowing about the tape that you're gonna die, because I'm very dramatic and I overthink things. Like, for example, remember chain letters? I know you guys have gotten chain mail. We all have. Even it says send, like, for example, it says send to 15 people. I would send it to like 20 people and I would still feel like I was going to die that night. I'm unreasonable sometimes. I thought because I heard about The Ring that I was going to die 7 days later. Now, I grew the balls to watch the movie like 3 years after I heard about it. It was the best movie, not one of the best, it was not the best movie, but I loved it. It was amazing. I found it funny when the girl in the beginning, they found her in the closet and her face was all twisted up. I know it was kind of messed up, but it was hilarious. I did not find it scary after I watched it, which is kind of weird because, you know, humans tend to overthink things. Like, I think we fear the unknown, and like the reality of it is not what we expected at all. Because I expected this movie to be a lot scarier than it really was. I was surprised when I watched the movie because I wasn't scared. Like, I watched it over and over again. Then I watched The Ring Part 2. And now I'm excited for The Ring Part 3, which is coming out this year in the summer. So, I'm excited about that. And then, you know, I grew even more balls and decided to watch the Japanese version, because we all know Japanese people are better at perfecting things than us in America. Maybe not everything, but you know, horror movies, yeah. No, not trying to offend anybody. I'm not, you know what I'm trying to, yeah, just joking. So please don't take any offense, guys. Okay, the story I was going to tell you guys about The Ring. Okay, about a year ago, I was in my room alone. It was bedtime, so I decided to sleep on my floor because my dog, she was crying, and I felt bad, so I wanted to, you know, cuddle with her. So I was like, you know what, let me sleep on the floor. I did not sleep on the dog bed, guys. I'm not that dirty, but I just slept on the floor right next to her bed. So I turned away from the TV. Now I turn back, and I see this white circle on my TV. Now, I will tell you guys why this scared me. Because in the tape that you're supposed to watch in The Ring that's supposedly cursed, there's this part where it's the well, because Samara, the girl who comes out of the TV, she died because her mom pushed her into a well. And she closed the lid, and that was the last thing she saw before she was trapped in the well and she died. Now, that was in the tape that you're supposed to watch and you die. And I thought, and also when she comes out of TV, like, you see a well, and then her, it's just like, you need to watch the movie for yourselves to understand what I'm talking about, really. But I turned around and I saw a white circle on my TV. My heart stopped. I was so scared. I jumped up and I turned the light on. I was terrified. I did not know what to do. Like, I thought that Samara was coming for me and I was gonna die. I do not want to die because, you know, I love life. And I really, I lost it. I did not. I hate things that happen like that. Like, you know, that's some shiznit out of, like, a horror movie. Like, I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, I said shiznit because I'm not supposed to curse, because, you know, maybe in the future I might get fans that are, you know, not into that kind of stuff. So, anyways, yeah, that's happened and I was so scared. Number 5. Okay, I know this is not a horror movie, but it's a horror TV series. It's The Walking Dead. Like, I'm too obsessed with it. Like, I want to get all the comics. I watched every single episode, and I love it. I want to be on the show. If you guys know how I can be on the show, please tell me, because it's my dream. Like, I really want to meet Michonne. I want to meet Daryl, Rick. Like, oh my god, I love The Walking Dead. I'm too obsessed. Like, you guys don't understand. You know you're obsessed when you're like, when you go on Google after you watch a show, is a zombie apocalypse real? How to prepare. I'm going to show you guys this, because if a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm using this. Hiya! Yep, it's the Master Sword. Oh my god, I love this sword. I got it for Christmas. It's the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. If you guys don't know what game that is, it's a Nintendo game. Check it out, because I told you guys, it's amazing. So, this is the Master Sword. And it's real steel. I'm pretty sure it's real steel. And I'm pretty sure it can kill somebody. Now, I'm not going to kill anybody. Don't get the wrong idea. I would never do that. But if there was a zombie apocalypse, this is my go-to to kill a walker, zombie, whatever you want to call them. Because I'm not trying to die in a zombie apocalypse. Even though I don't want, like, the reality of it, the reality of a zombie apocalypse is, like, you know, you don't want it to happen. I just found the idea of being a survivor, having your friends and your family around you, and killing zombies, and, you know, just being yeah, let me not say the word. Being like Daryl, okay? Let me put it that way. Being like Daryl. I always thought that was so cool. Sorry. Yeah, I know. There's risk of you dying, your friends and your family dying, and, you know, you watch everybody around you dying, because, you know, The Walking Dead, it has a tendency of, you know, breaking your heart a couple million times a season. Like, I'm not going to ruin anything for you guys, because I'm not going to. There's no spoilers, don't worry. I hate when people ruined it for me. I went on Instagram, and they ruined something. Speculation. It didn't really happen. They ruined it for me. And, you know what, I don't want to do that to you guys, because, you know, I hate when people do that. So I'm not going to do that. Anyways, yeah, I would use my Master Sword in the zombie apocalypse. I love The Walking Dead. I want to be on the show. So seriously, if you guys know how to be on the show, tell me, because I really legit want to be an actor on that show. Like, sometimes I cry and I get a little emotional because I'm not on the show. Like, I wish I was an original from season 1. Maybe I wouldn't have survived. Yeah, maybe I could have. But you know what? Tell me, guys. But I'm too addicted with the show. Like, I have a book on the psychology of The Walking Dead because, you know, I even wanted to get that deep into the show and know, you know, what causes it, what's the psychology and the biology behind a zombie apocalypse. Well, I know there's two sides, you know, oh, a zombie apocalypse is real, but then it's not. Like, I love reading things about that. Maybe it is. I have no idea because I love biology. I like it. I'm not that like intelligent in the field of biology to know if it's possible or not. I just sit there and I watch people argue about it and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to completely shut it down because you never know. You never know. You could wake up one day and there's walkers surrounding your house and you once thought that wasn't real. Because I'm not going to be like the people in the horror movies. They don't believe anything. Like, they're such skeptics. They don't believe anything until they die. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to throw shade at any of you guys who, you know, throw something away. You know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. So I hope none of you got offended. Because, yeah, I'm not saying that you guys, you know, just don't believe anything and you're going to end up dying. I'm not saying that, but I'm just talking about, like, how it usually is in horror movies, because I say that horror movies, you know, you can learn a lot from them. After I've watched so many horror movies, I know you can learn a lot. Okay, so yeah, you guys know my top 5 favorite movies, and I will say one show, because I did say The Walking Dead, because, you know, I'm sorry if some of you guys don't really consider that a horror TV series, but I think it is, so I don't care. I just put it there, so that's that. Anyway, I do also want to apologize for not having made a video in a week. I really am sorry about that. I was very sick, so please don't hold that against me. I'll try not to do that, because I've done it before, because I've been getting sick a lot lately. I guess it's just the weather. It kind of scares me that I get sick a lot sometimes. But I will try my best to make videos every Tuesday and Friday. Now, what I'm going to start doing, if I don't say I'm sick on Friday again, I'm going to upload a video on Saturday or Sunday. Whenever I get better, I will do a replacement for that video. So, you guys, you know, will have a video for that day. So, yeah. In the future, I will do that. And yeah. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment, anything. You know, it will really help me out.